What's up, guys? Tom is back with another LinScents video. Today we have a fragrance from Fragrance World, but before we get to that, just want to say thank you guys again. It is an honor to be playing on one of those electronic devices, whether it's that cell phone, that tablet, that laptop, that Macintosh, that brand new big screen TV, whether you watch me at home, at work, on a plane, a train, or an automobile. If you are watching me on a plane, good for you. That means your plane is actually leaving. It is actually going to its final destination. But however, wherever you're watching me, it is an honor. You guys are new to this channel. You like what you see, hit the subscribe button, comment, and like. Likes are very, very important. Now, before I get into this fragrance, we're going to show you guys a couple of stores right here that I frequently shop with, and you can get some discount codes. Now, this fragrance that I got right here was actually purchased from the Oud store. And it comes from Fragrance World, but one of Fragrance World's brands, okay? Again, Fragrance World is the big boy, okay? They got their own Fragrance World. And then you got something like Esencia de Flores. You got some other ones. And this one is Athoor al Alam, okay? Athoor al Alam. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Please let me know if I butchered it. I'm sorry to anyone who is offended, okay? But Athoor al Alam. So I might just say Fragrance World from here on out, but this one is called the Legend. Now, I did open this up and I sprayed it a little bit, but that was like the last time when you guys seen a picture of the collection. That's when. So this is about 3 months ago. So I am gonna have to do a respray just to see what it's all about again. If I'm not mistaken, I'll let you guys know what I think this is a clone of. I think I already know what it is already, and I do have another clone over here of it, but we shall see. But here again, this is the Legend. Now, they do have one other fragrance in this lineup in the same exact box style, and I think that is a, if I'm not mistaken, a Paco Rabanne fragrance. I'm not sure what it is, but I think it might be a 1 million parfum, or it might be something else. But this is the Legend. Open that up, and boom, that is the fragrance. Now, this bottle is the reason why I bought this fragrance. Did not know anything about it. There was no, note breakdown or anything on it, but I bought it because that box and that bottle looks awesome. So we take that out. So there you go. Shake that out. Only bad thing about a bottle like this, and it kind of reminds me of David Beckham's, I think it was, I don't know sexy names, I forget what the hell the name of the fragrance is, but it looks just like this, and when you open it up, it's this wide, rectangular, squarish looking thing, real small, so it's really hard to grab, okay? It is a real awkward style of fragrance to grab, so it's not like you see. The weird thing about this, you can't put it in a pocket or anything like that. You can't do that. You can't just grab it and then just go spray it like you could with like a round bottle or a more narrow bottle. But this one, again, that is the bottle, and again, that does click into place like that. Now, it's not tight, so don't grab it like that, but nonetheless, that is the Legend. That is what the bottle looks like. Now, let's spray it over here and see what it's all about. And again, I think I know what it is. Give it a little shake, and as you guys can see, there's the FW at the top. Again, Athoor al Alam, okay? And there's the sticker for Athoor al Alam right there. But here we go. We're gonna spray it and see if exactly what I think it is. Now, I had the real deal of what I think this fragrance is, but I got rid of it because I had a clone that, to be honest, did just as good. So there was no need to have it. Plus, I used it to get other stuff. So here we go. Only thing about this thing, the sprayer is absolutely weak. But this is another Sauvage Elixr clone. And you get the spices. There's almost like this slight freshness up in the air when you smell it. But once that freshness kind of goes away just a little bit, it's still lingering. You basically get all those spices. Nutmeg, cinnamon, woody, just, man, this actually might be better than the Fragrance World Suave Elixir, because this thing is strong. This thing, now the first time I actually sprayed it, it was just kind of like the spray and then kind of just smell it in the air. But this time I'm actually sprayed it on my arm. Man, you definitely get this kind of, again, nutmeggy, super spicy, a slight freshness up at the top. Yeah, I forget what the heck all notes that are in Sauvage Elixr, but this is exactly what I remember from the real deal. And also, the first time I ever smelled the Sauvage Elixr was while I was on a vacation in Atlanta about 3 years ago when it first came out, and I got a little sample of it. And the first time I smelled it, I was like, man, this is the best Sauvage Elixr. This is the best Sauvage fragrance in the whole lineup, the best flanker, because it smells slightly different, where, you know, not that many people are going to gravitate towards it. Because the thing with Sauvage EDP, Sauvage the Parfum, they all got that kind of youthful smell to it. Yes, a few of them got a little bit more mature, but it's still a very youthful fragrance. But with the Elixir takes it to a whole new level. It's more mature, more for a mature man, okay? And so with it being for the more mature man, and a lot of youngsters don't like it, they think it's a little bit too spicy, they think it's too aggressive. And again, aggressive with all these spices, those dark woods and everything like that, is much different than an aggressive fresh fragrance, okay? So an aggressive fresh fragrance, most people will like. But an aggressive, spicy, nutmeggy, cinnamony, lavender, I think there might be in here, that type of thing might be a little bit too much for most young people. And that's why you don't really smell that many people with Sauvage Elixr, okay? And when you do, they're usually a little bit older, okay? They're, you know, usually like over 30 when you smell Sauvage Elixr on anybody. And honestly, I've only come across one person that has actually worn Elixir that I knew was Elixir, okay? So again, what I'm smelling here is the same thing that I was smelling on that gentleman over there. It's kind of got that smoky, again, kind of smoky, almost balsamic-y, spicy. Man, again, you know, it's been a while since I've smelled the real thing up close. But when you smell that in the air, that is exactly what you are going to think of right away. And here's the thing, you guys. When you spray a fragrance like that, okay, and you're trying to determine if it is a good clone of something else, if it automatically takes you from right after you first spray it, if it automatically takes you to what you know of as far as what that fragrance is cloning, it's doing its job, okay? Regardless if you come here and you smell it 2 seconds later and you say, oh, there's something slightly different, you're not going to be smelling your arm all day, okay? The only time you're going to come smelling over here is just to see how long it lasts on your skin, stuff like that. But when you're walking around getting that little, you know, cardio in, which I need to get, you get that little breeze, that smell that you get in the air, that's going to be Sauvage Elixr all day, every day, twice on Sundays. Now, I will check to see if the wife likes it. Again, it is quite strong, and it is definitely filling up the office space, if you will. So hopefully the fragrance kind of mellows out before tomorrow, because the wifey works in that you know, exact office environment, and you know, this is a strong fragrance, likely to choke some people out. I'm telling you guys, it is strong. It is still quite noticeable, not even close to fading just yet. So, you know, anyone that says like sometimes these Middle Easterns are fading pretty much really quick, again, sometimes maybe they do, and then but then you go outside and you start smelling it a little bit more. Maybe 5 hours later, someone comes up to you and say, hey, you smell good. And you're like, man, I couldn't even smell it myself. Okay, so you know it's working. But let me see what the wife thinks, and let me see if it's better than this one. Again, I kind of think this one was the best one. Now this thing's been in my collection for almost like 2 years, so it's definitely had a little time to, do that maceration thing that we're talking about. Let me spray that over here, and then see. Okay, I'm definitely getting that kind of, like how I got over here, that slight freshness up in the air. Definitely getting that, again, that either that nutmeggy or the cinnamon, the mixture of the two. Man, they are both close. That one's actually kind of tough. Babe? Babe? Can you come here real quick? Trust me, she's gonna, if she even heard that. Babe! She might be having her music on a little bit too loud. Babe! Can you come here real quick? Again, that's what you get with an unedited video. You get all the babes. You don't get just one babe and then magically someone appears. You get all the babes, okay? The babe might have been up the street outside. The babe could have been shoveling. The babe could have been starting her car, but you'll get every single babe until she gets here, okay? And, you'll get the little time lapse that it takes for that last babe before she finally comes, which seems like it looks like it's going to be about a minute or so. Can you smell that over there? Quite strong, Gene. Okay, let me see. I gotta give you a freshness of this one real quick, just because I feel like you need that fresh one. Again, the sprayer is not all that great on that Legend. It's a little bit better on this Fragrance World, in my opinion. Okay.
Smells good. They smell similar.
Similar? Real close? Like you wouldn't be able to tell that much?
They're very similar. Let's see.
Oof. Come over here a little bit.
Okay. This one has more of like a syrupy or something that one doesn't have, but they are very similar.
Okay. So, syrupy. What she's probably thinking of is when I said this kind of almost has that balsamic-y sweetness to it. This one is starting to have it as well, okay? It wasn't right away. It was more of that spice, but then now it's that balsamic-y sweet. This one has a slightly punchier, whether it's a wood or spice in it that I'm getting from this one. But they're both close. It's really, really close. It's really hard to pick which one smells better. But I can tell you that they are both super duper strong and it's close. Again, this room is full of that scent, which again, the one problem that I will give Sauvage Elixr, okay, the one major downfall with Sauvage Elixr compared to the other ones is that it can induce a headache. It is that strong. The spices, whatever else is in there, whether it's sometimes lavender, a little bit too much lavender can do it for me, give me a slight headache or make me feel a little uneasy. But those being sprayed heavily without going anywhere outdoors or anything like that is you're gonna kill someone. Okay, so with these two fragrances, whether it is that Legend or whether it is that Sauvage Elixr, both of these must be worn in a big open environment. You are definitely not going to wear this to work. You are not going to wear this onto an elevator. You're not going to wear this into an airplane unless you've kind of, you know, let this fragrance die down for at least a couple hours before you get on the airplane. Okay, so with that being said, these are both outdoorsy, clubby, cold weather fragrance. Obviously not in the high heat, that's going to be deadly. But both of these fragrances are really good, and honestly, I think it is too close to call between that and this. Again, that is that Athoor al Alam, the legend, and again, the cool bottle. I mean, if you need a Sauvage Elixr and you've already had the Latafa Assad, and maybe you haven't had any others from Middle Easterns just yet, give this one a try. I think you'll really, really enjoy it. If you like the Elixir, okay? So, with that being said, I'm gonna get up out of here. Man, I'm telling you guys, that thing is strong. It is strong up in this joint. So, I'm gonna get up out of here. Peace out. Yep.